Lord willing, like it didn't mess up the memory.
Oh God.
Satan's mad, man. Satan's doing his shit. Satan's trying to handle the word right now.
It's all good.
It's not gonna stay. Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm out. Go ahead and Job 30. This is Job 30 and 2. Yeah, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished? For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness. In former time desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys.
Yeah, they cried after them as after a thief. This is how we know that this scripture is talking about Esau, Edom, man. Because what does it say? It said the nations cried after them as after a thief. And what did Esau, Edom do when he came out of the caves, man? He was robbing people of their land, all right? He went straight after Jacob, man. All right? He went straight after the tribes of Israel, rape, robbing, and murdering, man. All right, stealing all these lands. Now look at what he's doing to the other nations, man. All right, he's ruling the nations in wrath and wickedness. All right, and then it says to dwell in the earth. What's it say? Go ahead.
To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and caves of the earth.
In caves of the earth. You have a term called Caucasian, man, which means cave dwellers. They came out of where? The Caucasus Mountains. So this is talking about you Edomites, man. When you got driven forth from among men, because the so-called Negro tribes, they had driven out the Edomites out into the caves, man. That's why I said they cried after them as after a thief, man. Why? Because when Rome fell, all these different slaves rebelled against you Edomites and took over, man. That's where you get the Byzantine Empire, the Moors, and so on and so forth, man. A lot of these different so-called barbarian tribes that attacked Rome as it was falling were these different tribes of Israel that were being oppressed by the so-called white man during the times of ancient Rome, man. All right, go ahead.
That dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed. Under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools. Yeah, children of base men.
They were children of fools. They were children of base men, man. Go ahead.
They were viler than the earth. And now am I their song. Yeah, I am their byword.
Yeah, and what does it say about Jacob in Deuteronomy 28 with the curses, man? That Jacob would be a proverb and a byword among the nations. All right. So this is all the fulfillment of prophecy, man. All right. This is the true understanding of the Bible. And now we're coming in. Now we're coming into the times where the Edomites are going to be judged for all the things that they've done throughout the four corners of the earth, man. All right. Now go to Habakkuk chapter 2. All right. Because according to Habakkuk, we're in the times of judgment, man. This is the appointed time in which the wicked are going to have to face punishment for everything that they've done throughout the four corners of the earth, man. All right, lifting themselves up. All right, when they were the vilest basis of all nations that's on the planet. All right, and that's the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to be able to lift up the most wicked and vile nation.
Habakkuk 2 and 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
That's what's happening right now, man. The vision has been wrote down. It's plain to us. And so what we do is we come out here and we break it down to you plain, man. Because the understanding of the scriptures is a gift. And it tells you that the only people that can understand it are who? The wise, man, the Israelites. That's it, man. And you got to be of the elect of the nation of Israel to be able to sing this song, man. Can you give me, hold that? You can get rid of whatever this is. Get Revelation, I believe it's 14. I think it's Revelation 14:1. Because it tells you that only the elect are able to sing the new song, man, which this is that new song.
There's Revelation 14:1. And I look and
this
lo.
is a book right here. Revelation is a book that you ain't gonna get none of your pastors, you ain't gonna get none of your preachers to go into, man. Because they do not understand this book. This Revelation is deep, man. Alright, go ahead.
Revelation 14:1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Sion, and with him 144,000.
144,000, that's the elect, man. Go ahead.
Having his father's name written in their foreheads.
Having his father's name written in their foreheads, man. Alright? And that's the seal that the elect get, alright, coming into the truth, man. Alright, real quick. This is Ezekiel 9:4, and the Lord said unto it, I'll just start up. This is Ezekiel 9:3, and the glory of the power of Israel was gone up from the cherub whereupon he was to the threshold of the house, and he called the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and which is talking about Israel, man. All right, go through the midst of Israel, and set a mark upon the foreheads of them that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. All right, and that's what the 144,000 and the 1/3 of the nation of Israel are those that the Lord has set a mark upon them for sign. Those are the ones that are sighing and crying for all the abominations that are done in the midst of Israel. And Israel and Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, man. So wherever Israelites are, okay, that's what it's talking about, man. Because it said the elect are going to come from the four corners of the earth, man. All nations, people, kindreds, and tongues. Go ahead.
And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000.
Yeah, no man could learn that song except for the 144,000, and that's it, man. Huh? Oh, yeah. Hey, man, Satan. It's almost knocked over the camera. Had to restart the camera, and then this is the sun got blown. Satan's mad because it's too much comment. Go back to that.
And then after a while, I say, wait.
Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, Write the vision, make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
See, we're at the end, right? Because what did Daniel say? Or what did the Lord tell Daniel? He said, shut up the vision until the time of the end. So since the true understanding of the Bible is out here now, hey, 1 + 1 = 2. So obviously this is the time of the end, man, because the understanding is out. The books are open. The judgment is set. Now is the time for the so-called white man to be destroyed. All right, go ahead.
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Yeah, it will not tarry, man. It only seems like it's tarrying to these people because a day with the Lord is 1,000 years, man. All right, go ahead.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Yeah, his soul which is lifted up. That's talking about Esau, Edom, man, the self-proclaimed white man, all right? His soul is lifted up, all right? Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, all right? All this power that Yahweh Shem Yahushua gave to the so-called white man has gone straight to his head, man. Now he thinks he's the top nation on the earth. He thinks he's gonna rule the world, man. All right, he thinks he's gonna be like the Most High. It tells you that in Isaiah the 14th chapter, man. He said he thinks he's gonna be like Yahweh, man. All right, that's why he's got cameras set up everywhere. That's why he's got cameras in your smartphones, man. He wants to have cameras in your house, man. That's why you got the smart TV, the smart dishwasher, the smart. I wouldn't be surprised they come out with a smart toilet if they have it already. They could watch you going poo-poo, man. Go ahead.
But the just shall live by his faith. Yet also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man.
Yeah, because he transgresseth by wine, he's a proud man. All right, what does he transgress by? The different philosophies that he goes by, man. All right, making all these other nations to conform to the way, to his ways. That's why he's so proud, man. He's like, man, I got Israel under my foot. I got the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the true Israelites worshiping me. I got all these other nations following after me, following after everything that I tell them and shit, man. And so now Esau is super bugged out, man. All right, he's super proud, all right. And it tells you in the scriptures that the day is coming when the Lord's hand is going to be heavy upon all the proud, man, and all that do wickedly. All right, go ahead.
Neither keepeth at home who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death.
Hey, that's why it tells you in Revelation that hell and death was cast into the lake of fire, man. All right, talking about your Edomites, because the missiles are to slay the third part of men. All right. Do you have something?
Yeah. This is Malachi chapter 4 and 1. For behold, the day coming, thou shalt burn as an oven, and all the proud, yeah, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
Yeah, that's talking about Esau, Edom, man. All right, the self-proclaimed white man. All right, they're the proud. In fact, it tells you in the scriptures, the Lord says, I am against you, O most proud, man. Because you're the most proud nation on the entire earth, man. All right, the earth was given into your hand. All right, go ahead.
And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
That's right, man. And that's the time that we're coming into, World War III. When nuclear missiles are shot throughout the four corners of the earth. It's going to destroy everybody that has a proud look. It's going to destroy all you Edomites, man. All right? All these different European nations, the French, the Spanish, all right, the British, so on and so forth, man. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to use these nuclear missiles to burn you off of the face of the earth, man. Because the Lord hates pride, man. All right, the Lord hates the proud, man. This is Isaiah 2 and 10. It says, enter into the rock and hide thee in the dust, for the fear of Yahweh and for the glory of his majesty. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled. Right? You see all these people that smirk, they got a smile on their face, they got a proud look. All right? When they see people preaching the Bible, especially when they see the Hebrew Israelites preaching the Bible, all right? Everybody scoffs at us, everybody looks at us like we're nothing, all right? But it tells you in the scriptures that all the lofty looks are going to be humbled. When all these different plagues that we've been talking about come to pass, and you people are starving to death, you don't have Versace or Gucci or Armani or any of these things, man. All right, when you're not able to go to these different stores and just get a wet burrito whenever you want to. All right, when the Lord takes all these things away from you, that proud look that you got on your faces is going to be humbled in that time, man. It says the lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men, the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. For the day of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai of hosts shall be upon every one that is proud and lofty, and upon every one that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. And the number one nation that's lifted up, just go to Obadiah. The number one nation that's lifted up is the self-proclaimed white man. All right, Esau, Edom, which he took it upon himself to call himself white because of the meaning behind the word white, the color white. Go ahead.
Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom.
Concerning Edom. All right. So this vision is concerning the Edomites, all right, which is the so-called white man today, man. All right, go ahead.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised.
And that's why everybody hates hates you so-called Jews, man. That's why everybody's turning against the so-called white man, all right? All these people are turning against you, man. Even these damn Moabites are turning against you. Go ahead.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
All right, going back to Job, when we was reading in Job 30, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. All right, you're the people that were chased out of Europe into the Caucasus Mountains, man. Go ahead.
Whose habitation is high.
Whose habitation is high. All right, that's why you got skyscrapers. That's why you have the Trump Tower. All right, the Empire State Building. Go ahead.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down.
Yeah, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. And the eagle is a very proud bird, man. All right, the eagle flies above all the other birds. So this devil exalts himself as the eagle. That's why he's got satellites out in space, all right, that are watching, that he's able to launch a missile and with pinpoint accuracy be able to destroy a target, all right? He sets his nest among the stars, man. That's why he's got them satellites out there with nuclear capabilities on them. Go ahead.
Saith the Lord Yahweh, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
Yeah, his hidden things are being sought up right now, mainly through the YouTube, man. You can go on YouTube and just find all kinds of videos pertaining to the so-called white man's wickedness, dating all the way back to the Greek times, man. Which when you read in the Maccabees 1, it talks about Alexander the Great and how when the Greeks came into power, wickedness was multiplied in the earth, man. So you can see the wickedness dating all the way back to the times of ancient Greece and ancient Rome, man. All right, to the inception of America, what Esau Edom did to the so-called Latino and Native American tribes. All right, all these things could be searched up on the book tube, man, on the internet. Yep.
This is Psalm 64:8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
Yeah, they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. You got whistleblowers. You have these different people. You have these different Edomites that have wrote books that are talking about different things that they did to the tribe of Gad and to the different tribes that was in North and South America. What they did to the so-called Negroes during the slave times. All right. What Esau Edom is doing to this day, man. All right, in the dark with these different laws and what is it called, legislation that he passes. There was a legislator not that long ago that said that these people that sign the bills that pass, they don't even read them anymore. because some of the laws are just so heinous, it's better for their conscience not to even read what they're signing anymore.
Yep. And you got even whistleblowers like Alex Jones, other Edomites, that are exposing their higher upper elite in this so-called New World Order, which is not going to happen. Okay? It says, all that see them shall flee away.
All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Yeah. Everybody of your confederacy has brought you to the border, man. When it tells you that he shall be called the border of wickedness, all right? That's why you got these other nations that are speaking out against you, man. All right, they're bringing you to the border, man. All right, go ahead.
And prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
And that's how you know America is better, man. Because all these other nations are faring sumptuously with America. Why? Because they eat the bread of America. All right, go ahead.
Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that everyone of the mount of Esau may be cut off by the slaughter.
Yeah, the wise men are confounded, man. All right, they don't know how to pull America out of the hole that it's in. All right, the world is going to hell, man. All right, there's pollution everywhere. All these animals are dying, going extinct, and you have all these scientists that don't know what the hell to do, man. All right, the wise men are confounded. All right, there is no wise men in Edom. All right, Esau is not wise, man. Esau is wise to do wicked, but to do good, he has no idea. So we're at the point in this place where wickedness has done so much damage to the earth that Esau's like, man, we got to do something good to turn this around. But Esau don't know how to do good, man. So he can't turn this place around. He can't turn the world around, man. All right. And then what else did it say? The mighty men are falling. Hey, look, there's a transgender program within the military, man. The mighty men have literally become women. All right. They have a whole. I believe they have a whole documentary that's talking about American soldiers that are transgender, man. All right, men that have became women. All right. This place is through, man. All right. America's at its very end. All right, go ahead.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast as one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he came a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction.
Yeah, that's what you
Neither
got, man. What you got that look on your face for? Ain't nobody scared of you, man.
Trump.
What we're doing, we're preaching the Bible. You want to learn?
Trump.
You want to learn the Bible? Hey, we can teach you something.
Fat Trump man.
That's these proud ass Americans, man. Hey, that's the spirit right now. Esau's turning up, man. Hey, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are gonna destroy you Edomites, man. All right, there's a coming race war. All you proud ass Trump supporters and you so-called conservatives that want to run around doing crimes, doing hate crimes and shit and things like that to the nation of Israel. Just watch when the race war comes around, when Jake actually rises up against you. Because it tells you in the scriptures that Jake is going to rise up against you so-called white people. And y'all are going to get slaughtered, man. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, that was the spirit, because we just read about their pride, and he brought up an example.
Trump.
Yeah, he brought up an example of the pride of Esau, man. All right, Esau Edom is proud, man. Just look at him, and he came up looking as if to intimidate.